pensar que todas estas cosas, la paz, la democracia, la justicia, la verdad, la memoria, son cosas de mucho tiempo y son cosas que requieren diálogo y diálogos que no son para nada fáciles.
Sometimes after a period of conflict, I think justice looks like the horizon. And every time you get a little bit closer to it, it keeps on moving away from you. And I will even go as far to say is that there are some things for which you'll never get justice.
Justice can be a very legal process. It can also be a very individual process. Issues around acknowledgement, apology, reparations. All of those things need to be considered and negotiated and thought through, particularly whenever peace processes are very young and they're very fragile and they are open to being abused and discarded.
Transitional justice would say that you have sort of a kind of suite of key options. So there's prosecutions for the most serious wrongdoings. There's typically a broader process, maybe of truth-telling, of truth recovery, so that you can at least, even in the absence of prosecutions, you can have some kind of acknowledgement and recording. There's the reparations, is a human rights obligation under international law, and that can be material in terms of compensation and things like psychosocial services.
So you can't just put one definition on justice, and you can't say, for example, how dare you not want them in prison, you should demand it. No. Justice can mean imprisonment, it can mean acknowledgement, it can mean, for some people, it can mean that my children get a better chance in life than I did. Justice can mean all sorts of different things. And a justice campaign has to allow for all those things to exist together, I think.
The government has to, lend its political weight and its political will into any judicial process. But often in peace processes that doesn't happen. So this is where you need international friends, you might need international institutions to come in to support those mechanisms. And often that's what we see, because of international courts. We do have globalization and human rights that are internationally accepted. It's whether or not we can secure that in different contexts. And it's not easy. If your government doesn't want to do it, it's going to be a challenge.